What's up everybody, welcome back. Today marks the last day that I get to ride the 2022 Focus Jam. This is the 6.9 model. It is a aluminium front end, aluminium rear, 150 front, 150 rear, and this bike has been exceptionally fun to ride. Now I've had this bike for 3 weeks, and in that 3 weeks I have tried to do everything and anything I can within that time frame. I've gone to a lot of the tech rocky trails. I've gone and done some flatter enduro style rides, jump parks, street riding, and I've basically just done everything I possibly can on a bike to be able to pass on my opinions, my thoughts on exactly what this bike can do for you. Now let's talk part spec and price. $5,299 Australian for this bike is simply phenomenal. I cannot believe how much bike you get for the money. So what we've got is, we've got the Shimano Dior M8100 12-speed rear mech. We've got the Dior XT 12-speed shifter pod, Shimano Dior XT cranks, and to my surprise, M8120 4-piston Dior XT hydraulic disc brakes. I just can't believe you get all this on a bike that retails for $5,300 here in Australia. Additionally, you also get the Fox 36 forks. Doesn't come with a grip 4 damper, but at that price point, you know, that's something we can always add later on anyways. I really felt I needed to put an extra token into the front end of the bike. Straight out of the box, Fox don't include tokens, so I had to ramp the suspension up around 20 psi more than I normally would. It kind of erased a little bit of that small bump stuff, but it stopped the bottoming out on the bigger hits that I was doing. Now I was a little hesitant on the DPS rear shock. In the past I've always had the DPX2 with a reservoir. I've really liked it, ramps up nicely. I kind of feared I might be missing out a little bit here, but to be honest with you, I didn't really notice too much. It wasn't something that I wish I had a different shock on. It actually performed exceptionally well. So what have Focus changed for 2022 on the Jam? They've practically changed everything. The name Jam stays the same. I love the fact that they've kept that one-piece aluminium swing arm, super stiff, nice and stable. And they've also retained my favorite, which is the Focus's optimized linkage design, which they call their fold system. That's a 2-stage rocker system. The smaller section of the rocker works really nice on that small bump sensitivity, and then the larger rocker kicks in and it ramps itself right up, so the bigger hits really are absorbed quite nicely on this frame. Now Focus have also gone from a vertical shock mount to a horizontal shock mount. Again, it's something I've always liked. I think the feel is just a little bit more active, a little bit more traction when we're climbing. The progressive travel now has been ramped up really nice, so it can take bigger hits than it used to before it sort of starts to feel like you're really hitting that last point of travel. So the fold system has been retained with this, and now with that horizontal shock mount, I think Focus have done a really good job here. Geometry wise, this has a whole new layout now. This is the platform that Focus have come up with for 2022. They have finally caught up with the rest of the world, and it is so good to see. We're running a 65.5 head angle and a 76.5 seat angle. Now the head angle at 65.5 can actually now be dropped to 65 flush using the flip chip. So Focus have now gone and introduced a flip chip into the rear pivot point on the suspension itself, and a quick simple bolt adjustment, flip the chip 180 degrees, and we go from 65.5 down to 65. That also drops the 76.5 seat angle down to a 76 flat. I don't really notice that too much. I love the 76 degree area on any bike really. It puts you just on top of the bike and just a little bit back from the bottom bracket. It gives a lot more drive and power from the thighs down into those cranks. It makes it really nice and an absolute delight to climb. The 1239 wheelbase. Now 1239, it's not too long and it's not too short. So it's long enough that there's a lot of stability. We can corner at high speeds on this bike. We can go through rockier high speed sections, and the bike just tracks nice and straight. So the wheelbase is perfect. I think it's the ultimate all-round sort of a geometry bike in general. Most of us around the world, we all ride sort of fairly similar trails, and I think this bike is the overall package worldwide for every daily mountain biker for daily trails. As you can see in this video here, some of the high-speed rocky stuff, the bike really does just point and shoot. The bike never wanted to wander from where I wanted it to go. Some of these higher speed rides where I was going fast through the dirt trails, over rocks, jumps, even through just constant rocky trail sections, the bike was just, it was super quiet, and it just tracked and went exactly where I wanted it to go. So I was really impressed with how nice this bike performed at speed. Now some of the other aspects of the bike I found really nice was some of the more higher speed, smoother trails as well. Just flowing through berms, just popping over little jumps, little sort of slight rocky sections. Once again, as I said before, it really is just a point and shoot bike. I just found that it was nice and responsive. The wheelbase is not too long that there was any lag in the turns. It's not too short that I found that it was bouncing around and wandering on me through the higher speed sort of trails as well. Just overall, that 1239, 1240 wheelbase, it's the optimum wheel distance for a large bike in my opinion anyways. Now, something that Focus have added that is something that I both like and dislike is they've integrated what they call the CIS cable system. It's a cockpit integration system. Now, as you can see, the cables actually run through the top of the stem. There's an opening at the stem now where all the bar cables run straight through that. They duck down around the side of the steerer tube and inside the frame. It looks awesome. It is so clean, it is so tidy. When you look down the frame, you can't see cables visible at the swing arm. The only place you can see them is from the bars to the stem and then leading out of the rear chainstay into the rear mech and the rear chainstays to the rear disc brake as well. That's it. The bike is super clean, and to my surprise, there's no cable slap either. But there is a downfall to this. Now, I cannot change the stem and the bars. I like to use my Whiskey Carbon 840 wide bars. They're a 31.8. These are a 34.9. I have to use a 34.9 bar. That's fine, that's not a big issue, but at this point in time I cannot change the stem, so I can't get rid of this system right now. The reason why is, Focus, I don't know what you were thinking here, but you have not provided cable ports for internal cable routing. Therefore, I'm stuck with this stem. Now, I've noticed on your Jam e-bikes, they've got this set up, and that's great because you've actually got grommets over a cable internal cable ports, but they haven't included them on this bike. I was a little bit bummed about that at first, but after riding this bike, I've realized actually everything works quite nice here anyway, and we do adapt to what we're given anyhow, so it's not a big issue. We can change bars and everything, and I heard that Focus will be delivering different length stems soon, so you will be able to alternate different stem lengths as well. So it's a like and a dislike that I have with the bike, and if that's all I can fault, then I think Focus has done very, very well, because I am kind of picky when it comes to my setups and preferences on a bike. Now, a couple of interesting little things that Focus include on the Jam for this year, for 2022, is a nice little top tube mounted tube bag. That's a big enough bag there that it carries 29-inch tubes, CO2s, tyre levers. It actually holds a lot of stuff in there. It's quite a nice little setup. You can remove it if you like. It's just simple bit and cage style bolts that hold it in place. How good is this? Focus include a full frame protection kit. This is a custom kit retrofitted to suit the Jam and also the Thron mountain bikes. So it comes in this awesome little folder. Each decal is perfectly cut to suit the frame exactly how it should, and every decal is numbered so you know exactly where to put it. Now, one thing I really did like about this decal kit, or this frame protection kit, is there's no real adhesion. It's a static vinyl. So you put it on, there's no glue, there's no sticky residue. If you don't get it properly, you can actually realign it a little bit, and it just stays put. I've had this bike now for 3 weeks. There is no dirt brim around the edge of the protection at all. Everything's clean, it's clear, and it just applied very, very easy. I just found it was a really, really nice touch for Focus to add to the bike. So who is this bike for? This bike is for anyone. This is the ultimate bike for anyone who's wanting to upgrade from something basic. It's a very forgiving bike. It's a nice, responsive bike. I think it's just a perfect upgrade for anyone. I've been riding and racing for over 30 years, and I've had a lot of fun with this bike, and I don't want to give it back. I would happily stay on this bike, again with a few personal changes. So there it is. That is my thoughts, opinions, and review on the 2022 Focus Jam. As I said, this bike is for anyone, for any trail, and it's been a heck of a lot of fun to ride. And at that price point, I think it'd be very hard pressed to find something that's going to match this or better it, that's for sure. So if you're looking at something new, definitely worth considering the Focus Jam 6.9. Now, a full disclaimer, I had someone say to me the other day, oh, you're so lucky, you get bikes cheap, you get given this and that. No, I don't. This bike and the Focus bikes that I've ridden in the past, I've been on and off Focus for many, many years now, and I don't get any help from Focus whatsoever. As I said, I don't think they know who I am at all. Everything I have done with Focus bikes has been through the good guys Fred, Brad and Michael at RT Cycles in Cleveland on the east side of Brisbane City in Queensland. Those guys have been exceptionally good to me. Example right here, they've given me a brand new out-of-the-box 2022 Focus Jam to go and ride, have some fun on, and pass on to you guys and girls my thoughts and opinions on it. So thank you to RT Cycles. They're the guys that really have looked after me with the Focus bikes. Okay, there it is. I hope I didn't drag on too long with this one. It's been a lot of fun to ride, and I think we'll call it at that one. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate the support. As I always say, your support is phenomenal. I'm just mind blown at how well this channel has grown, and I really want to expand more onto this stuff. Product reviews, bike reviews, as you saw the recent the Flow series how-to things. I think it's just something that I really want to expand on with this channel. So thanks again for watching, and remember what I say, do something on the bike today that you never did yesterday. Stay safe, stay rad, and we'll see you out on the trails.